you do not read into the Quran. We do not make that mistake by reading, and this verse means that. Now, is there certain facts, for example, when Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala talks about the depths of the ocean, where if you put your hand up, there are layers and layers of darkness, we can say, wow, that is very...
we can say, wow. If you stick your hand down there deep enough and you can't see your hand anymore, alhamdulillah. Allah
I don't
Akbar.
understand. He comes with one of the worst arguments for scientific miracles, and thereby decides that the Quran doesn't have scientific miracles because it was obviously wrong. And from that, he goes to another one of the worst arguments ever, and says, but it still has impressive things like.
And
that.
we could say, wow. We could say, wow. How could anyone have known something that anyone who's ever swam in his whole life could know? There's no way that anyone, except anyone who's ever been swimming at any point ever, or who's ever met anyone who's been swimming at any point, there's no way to know that except for someone who's actually been in water. How could Muhammad have known that? That's actually what he said. Let me back up. So look, this video is so awesome. He starts off, let me say it, in 73 different ways. This argument is stupid and it's been debunked. Zakir Naik was a liar. Ahmed Deedat was a liar. There was all liars. Them's all liars. I'm the one who's telling you the truth, yeah? A new argument is how intolerant we's gonna be, yeah? We's gonna be the most intolerant people. We's gonna be just like the KKK and them guys that follow the dude with the little mustache. We's gonna be just like them. We're all gonna be like that. We're gonna be go take, top G, top G. That's gonna be how we's winning all these people around to our side. That's what we'll be doing, yeah? But yo, since I was on the topic of the scientific miracles, you do got some things like, oh, it gets dark in the water, yeah, and our mind is still blown by this. Our mind is blown, yeah, because this is why you unbelievers is running with your tail between the legs. You're scared of the amazing insight that I've already said is debunked, except this one maybe about the darkness in the deep water. Yeah, so in your face, you got schooled. This is who we're dealing with, right?
That is perfect.
Wow.
Let me back this thing up a little bit and
Dawah.
see what he said.
Wow.
Is there certain facts, for example, when Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala talks about the depths of the ocean, where if you put your hand up, there are layers and layers of darkness?
Layers to the game.
That is very interesting because now...
It's like tiramisu, you know? It got layers. Like tiramisu, we got the layers. See? How could Allah know about tiramisu? Tiramisu ain't even been invented yet, yeah? How is this possible? But yet, the 7 ozone layers, they's got the layers like the tiramisu. Oh my goodness. I'm going back. I got to believe in the miracles, yeah? So I feel like we're gonna have to keep going back to this point and see. Let me back it up again and see what he's saying. Because I want to. We will actually, since this is apparently the only thing that you can be impressed by anymore in the Quran, we'll go ahead and take a look at it. All right.
Now, is there certain facts, for example, when Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala talks about the depths of the ocean, where if you put your hand up, there are layers and layers of darkness? We can say, wow, that is very interesting because now recent discoveries do show that.
Recent discoveries have shown that, yeah, as you swim down in the water, things get darker. Like you couldn't look in the water and say, hey, it looks dark down there. No one could do that unless you was by water or something or went for a swim. So how could this be known? NASA has just found this out today. You do know that Jacques Cousteau actually went down in the water and saw that it'd be dark down there, yeah? He found that it'd be dark down there. How is this possible? Oh my goodness. Is this a return? It's like he just said that it's all debunked and stupid, and now he brings it back at the end and ruins everything.
Wow. This is
I'm not saying totally you can't use it, but I'm saying to you...
wait, he says totally you can't use it, but you can be impressed by it.
Science as a yardstick, this is wrong. The Quran is our yardstick. We don't say because the science changes. One day it says this, next day it says that. It's as simple as that. So that's the reason why we say there are certain things in the Quran which...
What's up?
I just have okay, if the Quran is the yardstick, fine. The Quran is the yardstick. So does that mean that there really are 7 heavens? Like does that mean that the actual fact of the matter is that the earth really was created before there was ever space and heavens and the stars? Does that that means that that's the actual matter of fact now?
You're
Because
being
that's the
too
standard, right?
logical. He has never thought that through. You're being too logical.
Oh, I'm thinking too much. I should have just recited. My bad.
Yeah.
Stupid.
All right.
Okay.
How could a man know this? If it was from a man, not from God.
He's still on the darkness. How could a man know that it gets darker as you go down farther in the water?
I really want to
depths of
ask
the
him,
ocean.
how could
Yes?
a man have known what exactly? What exactly? Please tell me that. Please tell me what exactly.
That there's
I remember going swimming and looking down as a mere human being and seeing that it gets darker and darker and darker and darker, and you can't see it. It looks very scary. So apparently Allah can do that too, and Muhammad can do that too, and that is a great miracle.
Yes, it is.
all right. Let's see what he's got here.
She's like, how could a man know this? If it was from a man, not from God, who went to the depths of the ocean, yes, thousands of meters down to know that there's layers of darkness.
Look, he's saying you have to go thousands and thousands of meters down. So, wait, thousands and thousands of meters down. So that's thousands and thousands. So you'd have to go at least 4,000 meters down into the water to realize that it gets darker as you go down. Wrong, Ali. Dive into the water and swim for a few seconds, and you'll see it gets darker and colder very quickly.
This is the power of Islam. The power you
This
are
is-
witnessing the power of Islam, the miracle of Allah and the Quran. This is amazing, man. Look at that.
So Ali has demonstrated to his credit that he knows as much about the ocean as he does about the ozone layers. All the different ozone layers.
That is my point.
All right, here we got it. Here's the argument, ladies and gentlemen. We'll read verse 39 just for context. Pick a translation. We'll just start off with the Pickthall at the top. As for those who disbelieve, their deeds are as a mirage in the desert. Oh my goodness, no one could ever know about mirage in the desert. Yeah, how did Allah know this? It's so amazing. The thirsty one supposeth it to be water till he cometh unto it and findeth it not, and findeth in the place thereof Allah who payeth him his due, and Allah is swift at reckoning. So you got a bunch of translations. Let's look at a couple translations of verse 40. So this is the, I guess he doesn't want to call it a scientific miracle anymore, just something you're supposed to be amazed at.
It is a wow. It is a
There you go.
scientific wow. Yeah.
Here you go. Ready? Or, read the Pickthall again right there. Or as darkness on a vast abysmal sea, there covereth him a wave, talking about the unbelievers and describing, their sinfulness and rebellion against God. There covereth him a wave, above which is a wave, above which is a cloud, layer upon layer of darkness. When he holdeth out his hand, he can scarce see it. Why? Because it's dark. And he for whom Allah hath not appointed light, for him there is no light. Now notice, Pickthall has, or as darkness on a vast abysmal sea. So this is like there's darkness on the surface of the deep. But we'll look at a couple more. Or the unbeliever's state is like the depths of darkness in a vast ocean, in a vast deep ocean. So there it looks like deep inside the ocean. But guess what? If one verse is saying it's darkness on a sea, and the other says it's darkness in a sea, Avery, you've got a contradiction in the translation of the Quran. So it doesn't matter what, keep in mind, according to Sheikh Uthman, doesn't matter what the Arabic is, It only matters that the English has a contradiction here.
English has the contradiction.
Now you got it. So notice these, ladies and gentlemen. This is what Ali is saying is miraculous here. So Yusuf Ali, or the unbeliever state, is like the depths of darkness in a vast deep ocean, overwhelmed with billow, topped by dark clouds. So the fact that it says, let's go with darkness in the ocean, like depths of darkness in the ocean. Let's just see what the rest of them translate this as. Or is like the darkness in a vast deep sea. That's the Hilali Khan, Shakir. Or like utter darkness in the deep sea. Sher Ali, or their deeds are like thick layers of darkness spread over a vast and deep sea. So there it's on top. Khalifa, that of being in total darkness in the midst of a violent ocean. Arbery, or they are as shadows upon a sea obscured by a billow. Palmer, or like darkness on a deep sea. So they seem to be interpreting, they can't even agree on what's being said here. They can't even agree on what's being said here. But let's go with the most generous version of this, which is what's supposed to be amazing. Darkness in a deep, dark sea. That's something that, according to Ali, has only been verified recently, and no one could have known that ever.
Correct. Why?
Why aren't you guys converting right now?
AP is not letting me.
Aiden Waleed, how can anyone know this?
We are denying the truth. Wow.
Yeah, AP won't let me convert for some reason. I don't know.
Let me put it like this, ladies and gentlemen. You take 1,000 kids who've been swimming, 1,000 8-year-old kids who've been swimming in more than just a pool, because you can swim in a pool and not see that things get darker. If you've been in a lake or an ocean and you just swim down a few feet, you start seeing it get darker really quick, like. Or if you're just in a boat and you're looking down, it's like, oh, I can't see what's at the bottom there because it gets dark real quick. Anyway, keep in mind, this was his number 2. This was his, okay, now that the 7 layers of the ozone has been debunked, now I still have to put this out about this powerful point, even though it's not a good argument. It's something that will blow your mind. Hey, wait a minute. Mrs. Apostate said onions have layers.
Oh, that's exactly what I was thinking.
Hey, wait a minute. Scientists have recently confirmed that onions do in fact have layers. There's no way that anyone could have known that before now. That means it's a miracle. Wait a minute. It's not just the apostate prophet. She's a prophet too. So there are female prophets. Shocker. Wow, we're dealing with...
The verse literally just says, it compares the state of a disbeliever to a darkness. In a sea, it is deep, covered by a wave, on top of it another wave, on top of it a cloud, darkness, on top of each other. When he puts out his hand, he can hardly see it. That's what it says. So like an ocean, like a water, there are waves upon it, upon which there are also waves, upon which there are clouds, which are dark, and he stretches his hand out and he can barely see his hand. Now, I don't even know what to say.
What, you have a problem?
I don't even know what to say.
You can't even refute that. See, Allah has you so confounded, you can't even refute it. You know, you're laughing nervously. You can't even
This is
refute it.
amazing. This is amazing. I don't know what I have been doing this whole decade, all of these years. Why have I been trying to refute Islam so much when it is so clear from this verse that it comes directly from Allah? Because who could have known this? Wow.
God.
And this is the champion of Dawah right there.